there is a concern here on the ADA chart. We're in a bear market. We have to talk about bear market things. And I have to preface this video for all the thumbnail investors out there, and I say that with love. Shout out to Digital Asset News for coining that phrase, the thumbnail investors, the people out there that are commenting on the video based on my thumbnail or my title. And I understand why you do that. My thumbnails and titles can be extremely captivating and intriguing sometimes. But listen, put aside any clickbaity vibes that you're getting. It's within full context of what's going on here. We're in a bear market, not just crypto. We should anticipate downside and bear market things, but the macroeconomic landscape right now of the world, it's kind of bad, and we're in this really unknown territory. So there is wisdom and I think value in simply anticipating and talking about further downside scenarios, bearish scenarios, considering we're in a bear market. And this is the Cardano chart. This is ADA zoomed out on the weekly. I have some concerns here. Oddly enough, I was looking at a Bitcoin chart and I just noticed some similarities with something, and I really just want to go over that. I want to put it out there. I think it's valuable to discuss these things, and we can do it without emotion. Whether you like the title of my videos or not, it doesn't matter. It's the context of the video, and hopefully it proves valuable to you. But this is Cardano zoomed out. We know the story of Cardano for ADA holders, and we're tracking along the fundamentals and what's happening. ADA positioning itself incredibly well, powerfully in this bear market for further cycles, for just further growth of the blockchain itself. Here we go, September 27th, that is today, a big day. So full volatile functionality, which includes support for reference inputs, inline datums, reference scripts, collateral outputs, and a new Plutus cost model would become available to developers on mainnet on 27th of September. That's today. This is a big day. And this was a tweet from yesterday by Lucid. Tomorrow, we will see the rest of the volatile improvements upgraded on the Cardano mainnet. This is bringing the rest of the upgrades for Plutus 2 along with CIP 31 to 33. Developers will now be able to build and launch all of their projects, beginning the new era of Cardano DeFi, a new era being launched. All of these projects being able to build in such a new fashion on Cardano as we're in a bear market, as we're talking about bear market things, even when it relates to ADA price. This is a really big deal, especially if you're a value investor, if you're thinking long-term and not just short-term bear market moves, but you're thinking cycle moves. You're thinking, how powerful of a blockchain is this from a value perspective? Well, fundamentally, Cardano setting its foundation right now for massive growth, and you can just kind of get some hints of that. If you want some more details in regards to the volatile hard fork and kind of spelling out these things, the CIP 31 to 33, I did a video 5 days ago when volatile hard fork went live. I put a lot of work into it, so go check it out. I would say it's pretty educational in terms of trying to simplify what has occurred, and hopefully it's of value to you. All while this is happening, we have headlines like this, and this can be a segue into our charts. So this is FX Street. Cardano, $1 is a fever dream for ADA as volatile hard fork fails to trigger buying pressure. Listen, Ethereum, the merge did the same thing. It doesn't matter what crypto we're looking at. We're in a bear market. This is an extremely early stage space. It's under $1 trillion as a whole market cap, all of crypto. So we shouldn't be surprised that an event that is fundamentally huge in the long term is not making any type of drastic impact on price in the short term. We could maybe think that maybe ADA has performed better than it would have, but not getting new all-time highs or anything like that, or even a move to $1 is normal. So don't fall into the headlines that we see here, because we see them all over the place. I think it's not very wise to anticipate and expect these huge moves. We can track the data, but I think it's the long-term fundamentally what is happening and how that plays into ADA price and the long-term growth and value of Cardano blockchain. So we're going to pivot over to the charts. Before we do, everybody, quick shout outs from Peyton over at Rare Bloom, the Rare Bloom event coming up. This isn't sponsored, but quick shout out from him real quick.
On October 14th and 15th, the largest Cardano event ever is happening. It's an in-person event. We have many projects, over 45 projects in Cardano coming to the event. MinSwap, Sunday Swap, Singularity Net, Singularity DAO, DC Spark. So many people are coming. We're going to be getting speeches from people like Charles Hoskinson, Ben Gortzel, Sebastian, myself, and many more. We could really use your support. We're trying to grow and build this community. When you purchase your ticket, you get an NFT and one random NFT from our partner projects. One of those NFTs is actually a Claymate NFT that allows you to change your costume. You can go to rarebloom.io and purchase your tickets in ADA or USD, and there's actually discounted hotel rooms until the 24th of September. Thank you, guys.
No, thank you, Peyton. So Rare Bloom event, we're not going to be able to make it, but please, everybody, go to their website, follow them on Twitter. If you're able to go, get some tickets. Again, that's not sponsored. I was in touch with Peyton. I want to help them guys out as they wind things down, getting close to launching. So definitely awesome for the Cardano community. So support them. It's going to be a ridiculously cool event. Here is ADA on the charts. This is the concerning charts, the weekly. So, I mean, right off the bat, I kind of just stepped outside of this mess. This is what we're oftentimes diving into, is everything going on here. There's so many moving parts here. There's so many different things happening. The purpose of this video is to look at one particular thing, and I think starting on a clean canvas is helpful. But just to note, the 20-week moving average resistance, it's a big part of the story happening right now. It's a big part of bear markets, and we're just getting continued resistance at that 20-week moving average. That's number one thing to pay attention to. But we go look and we look at a daily chart. That was a weekly chart, and we see this consolidation. You can chart this different ways depending on how you want to chart a triangle, but this is generally speaking the triangle. This is the consolidation. The fear is that ADA breaks to the downside, especially considering ADA is kind of in the apex of this consolidation phase. So what I saw that could be concerning is a picture of what this could look like. And there is so much opportunity in that environment. These are the things that I wait for in bear markets. These are the things I think we all should wait for in bear markets. It's not financial advice, but I think historically, when the fear is high, when there is capitulation, especially when something is becoming extremely undervalued, and even on-chain metrics is showing that we're entering that area. Bitcoin is entering that area of being undervalued. When that's happening, that's where opportunity is, where that fear is, where that undervalued is, where that oversold environment is. So a move like this, though never fun to talk about, could be a good opportunity and good thing to anticipate. So this is the daily chart now on Cardano. And if we go here, I'm back here in Bitcoin. This is Bitcoin in 2018. It's just kind of like, I'm thinking in this Cardano chart, this ADA move, it just reminds me, and I don't know if you were here or not, but picture this was Bitcoin in 2018. It just reminds me of Bitcoin at $6,000. If this was $6,000 in 2018, this is what this ADA move reminds me of. We're obviously hoping for the best, hoping for a reversal, hoping for ADA to break out to the upside. The environment is there, and from a fundamental perspective, Cardano is doing the right things as a blockchain. We're getting these upgrades. Why can't we move bullish while we're in a bear market? And for the rest of this year, as interest rates are rising and we're watching all these headlines every week and there's war going on, we're in that environment. Those are the elements surrounding us right now. We have to pay attention to that when we're in these setups. So going back to Bitcoin, the $6,000 vibes, right? So $6,000 for context, kind of, in this triangle area, just right around here, right? So, and it was consolidating and bouncing off that $6,000 area for a while before the pain really ensued. Many people thinking that the Bitcoin bottom was in the bear market, because it was very sideways for a long time with a lot of volatility that you see there. And this is after Bitcoin crashed down from $20,000. So that $6,000 support area, it's giving me the vibes that we had then, and I'm getting those same vibes with ADA. So for me, it just from a very human level, it makes me just reminisce, and it really helps me anticipate, because this is what happened with Bitcoin. Bitcoin broke to the downside after many people hoping, Bitcoin being kind of in this bear market for a while, consolidating for a while, seemingly undervalued, seemingly just ready to bounce to the upside, well, it fell and it capitulated to the downside. And right now, with the macroeconomic landscape that we talk about, that setup is there once again. And not only for ADA, but even if we just go to Bitcoin on the weekly chart, Bitcoin, the setup is there. We talk about this in Bitcoin technical analysis. This 786 line on the macro is an area in previous cycles where Bitcoin bottomed below. So if Bitcoin's making a move like that, equity markets are making a move to the downside. This chart for ADA likely, potentially, I should say, getting ready to see resistance and heading to the downside. And it really is. If all markets are moving to the downside and crashing, it's likely that ADA is going to do the same. So this is what it looks like over here on a daily chart. And we just have to be mindful of it. And we will be mindful of it, right? So this 30-cent range to the downside, so much in play, even just kind of capitulating below that area. And if we go to a weekly chart, if we're just drawing a very simple reference point right around 30 cents, you could see ADA falling to this area for a next stop of consolidation. It could look very reminiscent to what Bitcoin did all the way back there in 2018 in its bottom, finally falling to that last area of consolidation. Could that be in play for an ADA bear market bottom? Could that be the move? And then finally, are we getting some pain and volatility sideways before we're making our way and starting to kind of climb out of the mess? Is that the scenario? And it's speculative. There are no guarantees, but I just thought it was valuable to bring it up, to bring it to the forefront of our minds. At the end of the day, I could upload this video and ADA could break to the upside. And we're talking about, well, let's see if we get a retest, support, and continuation to the upside, right? So this is always 50-50. This is always unknown territory. But I just thought it's valuable to just explore in this video the downside and kind of pair that up with the fact that, yeah, this is bullish. The fundamentals are bullish for Cardano. Cardano zoomed out on the charts, extremely bullish. When we start talking about even a $500 billion market cap for ADA, which is something Cardano or Ethereum has already seen, we're talking about a $10 plus ADA just to get there. The upside is there, but it's in the long term. The fundamentals acting as a great foundation, I think, for that launch, but it's going to require a ton of patience and a ton of preparation for all different scenarios. So those are my thoughts, everybody. If you're out there accumulating ADA, stake with a CCV pool. I appreciate your support. We're doing really cool things over here at CCV. Follow us on Twitter to keep up to date. Subscribe if you're not a subscriber. I'll see you all in the next video. God bless.